Hi, Jonlyn from revealtheheart.com. Thank you for being here. This is the Pivot to Wellness solution. And today we are going to focus on actively remembering the connection, love, and support that already exists. Pivot to wellness. When we pivot a little bit, we can see a whole different perspective, new possibilities. Instead of working harder, we pivot a little bit, and without as much effort, we get better results. So, as a reminder, the focus for this week is being fiercely protective of yourself and your core heart needs. And when I say yourself, I'm talking about every aspect: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. We can't focus on just one aspect and expect to stay healthy. We can spend all of our time and all of our money doing physical things to make ourselves feel better. And if we ignore the mind, the emotions, the spirit aspect, we will never be healthy. So, how can we trust that we are unconditionally loved, supported, and connected when that hasn't been our experience? So, the people and the caretakers in our lives, authority figures when we were children, influence us a lot. They shape us. And one school of thought is then that we create beliefs around our experiences, especially from the ages of 0 to 7. Another school of thought is that we are born with a belief system, and then we have all these experiences, and those beliefs become solidified over time. Well, that's just how it is. That's how life is. If we don't feel unconditional love, support, and connection, there are old wounds or pains or traumas, also known as limiting beliefs, that need to be addressed. It's so important to release those old, painful, limiting beliefs. And it's work. It is definitely work. When we don't release them, it just keeps going and going and going. Those generational wounds keep repeating over and over and over again. So when you do the work, you're not doing it just for yourself. It affects every person that you come into contact with, whether it's your family, whether it is at work, whether it's when you go to the grocery store. You're not doing this just for yourself. And you're not doing it because it's fun. It's not fun. We do it because it's important in order to feel healthy, in order to live the lives that we want to live, in order to feel fulfilled. We have to release those old limiting beliefs. So we're going to get started seeing and releasing beliefs that are keeping us from living a fulfilling life. So what if we could see a different perspective and release some of those limiting beliefs? What if the bad feelings we have, like hate, are an extremely protective, loving coping skill that we have? And hate, maybe that's too strong of a word for you. Maybe resentment, frustration, anger, the quote bad feelings that we try to make go away because we don't like them. We think it says something about us as a person. What if we could see a different perspective? What if we have that as a coping skill to cover up shame or fear, terrified feelings or feelings of unworthiness that we just are not in a place to handle. That owl kind of freaks me out, but I kind of like him. Like, what if? What if we could see differently? Okay, so we're going to practice. So get cozy, get comfy. We are going to practice the coping skills pivot. First of all, we have to be honest with ourselves. What coping skills do we have that we use? Denial is a big one for me. Denial is a big one for a lot of people. Sometimes that's really beneficial. Sometimes it's not. Aggression towards others, anger at yourself, eating, sleeping, TV, computer, over or under anything. Noticing the coping skill is the first step. Then, seeing the coping skill as love. Whoa, dude, I must really, really, really be loving myself right now. Instead of beating ourselves up, oh, there I go again. I am on the computer again, researching for 4 hours. That would be myself. Beating ourselves up doesn't help either. Seeing the coping skill as great love puts it in a different perspective, puts it in a different light. The first step is noticing the coping skill. And then ask yourself, do I want to ask for help right now? Or was noticing the coping skill good enough? If the answer is yes, I want to ask for help, then you pivot. Without much effort, you pivot. Like that diamond, you pivot it and you see a whole different perspective. So asking for help. And so what I'm going to have you do, let's just imagine something happened. You noticed your coping skill. You say to yourself, whoa, dude, I must really be loving myself right now. I want to ask for help. Left hand over your heart. We're going to pivot. So take a breath. The breath is going to start at your heart. You're going to move the air up to the top of your head and beyond and back down. And then the breath is going to stop at the heart. And an answer is going to plunk into your heart, plop into your heart. And the question you're going to ask is this the best way for me to love myself right now? Take a breath, let the air move up, down, and let an answer plop, plunk, plunk into your heart. Maybe you want to change that question. How can I love myself even more? How can I see the support that is already there? What do I need right now? Again, take the breath up from the heart, back down to the heart. You're asking your heart, what do you need? What do I need? With every breath you take, you are always, always loving yourself. I want you to take a breath and let that really sink in. The question is for yourself, do you like the outcome of how you are loving yourself? Do you feel good the way that you are loving yourself? Do you feel at peace, at ease, and fulfilled in your life? Do you feel healthy physically? Do you have the energy to do what you want to do in life? filled with vitality and excitement. And I just want you to notice this picture. Is it a generational photo? Is it a family? Obviously, it's a young child. Looks like a female hand and a male hand. Insanity. The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting, oh, that's really funny. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results is what it's actually supposed to say. I messed up. I'm sorry. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. But what we get are the same results because we keep doing the same thing because that's what we know. That's what we do. When we change the mind, we change the outcome. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.